Hey everybody, what's going on? It's All You Know 1994. I hope you're having a great day today. And we are in some more deep water for Black Ops 6 here, as you'll see from Charlie Intel. The new update for Call of Duty appears to have broken matchmaking. Players in Black Ops 6 and Warzone currently stuck in long matchmaking queues. And this is with the most recent update that they brought into Black Ops 6, which at the time of recording this video, I did not experience this, but I have been seeing on Twitter as well video clips of people waiting anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes to get into a matchmaking queue. And not really I mean, it is kind of a big deal in the sense of just like, this shouldn't be a thing, but not the biggest problem we have going on with Black Ops 6 right now, obviously. There's definitely other issues, but I just don't see how we can continuously have these problems arising with every update we have. It just seems like every little thing we do, or they do, I should say, not me, not we, they just break something else with every fix or every update they do. And it makes you question whether or not they even QA test any of these things before they bring them live into the game. What this update was supposed to do, it was supposed to fix there was other points, but one of the biggest points it was supposed to fix was the crashing that people were experiencing in loading times in Warzone, I think, is what it was. And they fixed that with this update, but then they turned around and broke the matchmaking in multiplayer in Warzone. So it's just like, you try to not be so hard on people because I'm just a random player on a video game. I don't know how difficult it is to develop video games. Maybe it's really difficult, maybe it's not difficult, who knows? People have their different opinions on the whole how hard it is to develop video games and whatnot. Me personally, I just think it's like a mixed bag. It depends. I mean, they're probably stressed out of their minds because Black Ops 6 just hasn't been doing well this year. It's not living up to the hype that everybody hyped it up to be. And their attention is probably on their next game already, and they're just, letting this game coast along, unfortunately. But it's really hard to say whether or not that Black Ops 6 is getting the right treatment because game development is, for most people, is a very unknown thing. Like, not many people really truly understand what goes on behind the scenes with game development. And this could be a case of just not really understanding what's going on as a player. I would like to say that this is just an act. This was just, an unfortunate circumstance, but this has happened many times before. We've had matchmaking issues in previous more recent Call of Duties. Even I can remember back in Modern Warfare 2022, if you would be partied up with like a full squad or something like that, it would literally just not find you a match. I mean, we've had matchmaking issues in recent years, and it's something you think should be one of your more ironed out features in your video game is matchmaking. You would think there wouldn't be this kind of problem, but even in Black Ops 6 2025 today, as you know, we're still having issues with matchmaking to the point to where it's making people wait in certain cases 5+ minutes to find a match. I don't know. I mean, game development is something I don't know anything about, so I'm more inclined to think that there's a lot more nuance to it than there really is. Who knows? But a simple QA test is all you really need to do. I mean, before you release an update to fix something, make sure it's not going to break something else in the game. And if it is, you work on the update more, and unfortunately, players are just going to have to wait for the fix. I would rather them have waited to release this update, fixing the crashing issues, than sit there and rush it out there to get it fixed and then it breaks something else in the game. That just seems to be the status quo for Call of Duty developers nowadays is they give us updates that we need to have in the game to fix certain things in the game, but then they don't QA test it and it ends up just breaking something else in the game. I mean, it's really hard to be on their side when stuff like this has been happening all the way up to Black Ops 6 and all the way back to, as far as I can remember, Modern Warfare 2 2022, maybe even before that. I don't know. I feel bad for Treyarch. I feel bad for them. I really do, because they're just getting absolutely shafted this year with with what's going on with Black Ops 6. I feel like they're just getting hit across the back of the head so hard by the players, because a lot of the players really just don't. I mean, it's not a lot of the players. I'd say it's about an even 50-50 split. Really, just the 50% of players really just aren't liking Black Ops 6. A lot of the things just aren't hitting home for a lot of players in that 50%, and this is just making the game look bad even more. And I don't know. I mean, I obviously, you can see I'm playing it in the background. I mean, granted, it's only prop hunt, but still, I'm still giving this game a chance here and there when I want to play it. It's still an enjoyable game. I mean, I had a really good time playing prop hunt. I've always enjoyed prop hunt. I'm glad they brought that back. That's a W as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what anybody says. But as far as just maintaining this game, it's either they aren't doing it in a timely manner or at all, which is frustrating the player base, or they're trying to fix the game so fast that they're not QA testing any of these issues before they release, or these issues before they release them into the game, and it's just creating more issues. I mean, you can't help but feel like a simple QA test could avoid problems like this, and just taking the time to make sure the update you're planning on releasing isn't going to break your game even more than it already is. But I don't know, 2025 Call of Duty just must be a different breed, and I'm just living in the past. But I feel like this is something that could have easily been could have been avoided if you would have just QA tested the game or the update before you released it into the game. Pretty much like with every other update. You mean that just makes sense, doesn't it, to just QA test an update before you bring it into the game so it doesn't break your game more. I mean, matchmaking is pretty much one of the biggest, if not the biggest, facet of a multiplayer video game. And the fact that, while not entirely broken, people are having to wait 5 to 10 minutes, I've seen on Twitter, just to get into a lobby and to get into a match. I mean, that's a bad look. That really is a bad look. I mean, as far as I know, like I said, the time of recording this video, I didn't have this issue. I got into a lobby and into a match in a relatively quick amount of time. Granted, my ping in the lobby was almost into the hundreds, but that's unfortunately kind of normal for me given my situation where I live. But like I said, I've seen people on streams, some clips on YouTube of people waiting 5+ minutes to get into one lobby and into one match. And quite frankly, I just don't understand why we're at this point in video gaming where QA testing is like not a thing. They make QA tests before the game releases at the initial launch, but past that, it just seems like they just give us updates because they know that it shows that they care a little bit, obviously, which is a good thing, but it just seems like they care about as much as they need to, and then that's about it. This stuff needs to be QA tested long before you bring it into the public domain, because if this kind of stuff happens, we as a player base are going to eat you alive if it goes wrong. And in this case, it went wrong, and people are not happy. People were already not happy about the state of this game before this happened, and this is just, again, pushing this whole idea that Black Ops 6 is just being treated like garbage on the multiplayer side of things. Same with Warzone. But, I mean, it's good for the zombies community, I guess you could say. They seem to be getting treatment pretty good, which, I mean, I'm happy to see that, but I feel like every facet of a video game in multiplayer, Warzone, zombies, should all get equal treatment and should all be treated the same. And it just seems like multiplayer is just getting completely shafted this year. And it's unfortunate because stuff like this shouldn't happen, where your matchmaking is completely broken for some people. And a simple QA test is all you needed to do to make sure this doesn't happen. Multiplayer has already got a bad reputation going for it right now, and you're just making it worse by doing stuff like this. But I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. There's not much else really needed to be said. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like and a comment down below. I would greatly appreciate it. If you disliked the video, go ahead and leave a dislike. It doesn't hurt my feelings. And I just want to also say at the bottom of the video here, I greatly appreciate all the support that I've been getting in my latest videos. It means the world to me, guys. Thank you very much for all of that. And this is All You Know 1994. Peace out.